"We will drink this palm wine laced with a potent local poison," Awele declared, her eyes locking onto her husband's. "We are prepared to die if you do not reconcile. The choice is yours, but understand the gravity of what is at stake." In the town of Enugu, Nigeria, nestled beneath the watchful gaze of rolling hills and the golden glow of the eastern sun, lived the prominent Azuka family. Renowned for their wealth and influence, the family was led by two brothers, Emeka and Chijioke, who shared a close bond that seemed unbreakable. Chief Nnamdi Azuka, their father, had built an empire rooted in commerce, real estate, and local trade. The Azuka name resonated with respect and prosperity. However, the sudden demise of Chief Azuka cast a long shadow over the family's unity. The brothers, Emeka and Chijioke, stood at the crossroads of inheritance. The vast estate, businesses, and properties left behind by their father became the source of contention. As they grappled with the distribution of wealth, disagreements festered, threatening to shatter the once strong bond between them. Their mother, Mrs. Ogechi Azuka, a woman of grace and wisdom, attempted to mediate between her sons. She believed in preserving the legacy her late husband had built, uniting the family in the face of challenges. But the weight of the inheritance, combined with differing visions for the future, fueled a growing animosity between Emeka and Chijioke. One fateful evening, as the tension reached its zenith, a heated argument erupted in the family's ancestral home. Mrs. Ogechi, desperate to restore peace, stepped forward, hoping her calming presence would quell the storm. "Enough, my sons. Your father's spirit will not rest if you continue tearing each other apart," she implored, her voice trembling with a mixture of grief and frustration. The words hung in the air, momentarily silencing the room. However, the volatile energy that had built up over weeks of discord erupted once more. In the heat of the argument, Emeka and Chijioke, blinded by anger and stubbornness, pushed their mother aside. The room fell into an eerie silence as Mrs. Ogechi crumpled to the floor. The brothers, shocked by the consequences of their actions, rushed her to the hospital. Days passed as Mrs. Ogechi fought for her life, surrounded by the pain and regret that now enveloped the once harmonious Azuka family. In the quiet corridors of the hospital, Emeka and Chijioke sat by their mother's bedside, grappling with guilt and remorse. The air hung heavy with unspoken words as Mrs. Ogechi's life flickered between the realms of existence. As Mrs. Ogechi drew her last breath, the brothers were left to confront the magnitude of their actions. The once close family had unraveled before their eyes, leaving behind a legacy tainted by discord, regret, and the haunting specter of a mother lost too soon. In the aftermath of Mrs. Ogechi's passing, Emeka and Chijioke found themselves trapped in a cycle of grief and bitterness. Their families, businesses, and even the laughter of their children were held hostage by the toxic fallout of their disagreements. It seemed that the fractures within the Azuka family were irreparable. However, hope emerged from an unexpected source: the wives of Emeka and Chijioke. Amaka, Emeka's wife, and Awele, Chijioke's wife, shared a deep understanding of the toll the family discord had taken on their lives. Witnessing the disintegration of the once strong Azuka family, they resolved to take matters into their own hands. Amaka and Awele, strong-willed and determined, devised a plan to reunite their husbands. They recognized that drastic measures were necessary to break the stubborn pride that had driven Emeka and Chijioke apart. The wives knew that the bond of family needed to be mended for the sake of their children and the legacy they had inherited. One evening, under the cloak of darkness, Amaka and Awele orchestrated a plan to bring Emeka and Chijioke together. They both rented the entirety of a renowned palm wine spot in the heart of Enugu, known for its serene atmosphere and the finest local brew. The venue was chosen to provide the privacy needed for their intervention. Amaka and Awele sent separate invitations to their husbands, inviting them for an exclusive dinner at the Palm Wine Spot. Unbeknownst to Emeka and Chijioke, the wives had ensured that their husbands would arrive at the venue at the same time. Excitement filled the air as Emeka and Chijioke received the invitations from their wives. A dinner treat at a secluded palm wine spot was a welcomed surprise, and each man eagerly anticipated the chance to spend a private evening with his wife. As the night unfolded, Emeka and Chijioke arrived at the palm wine spot, their hearts buoyed by the prospect of an intimate dinner with their wives. However, the surprise awaiting them was beyond their expectations. As they entered the rented space, the brothers were taken aback to find each other there. Confusion and disbelief clouded their faces as Amaka and Awale emerged, each holding a bottle of the finest local palm wine. "What is the meaning of this?" Emeka demanded, his brow furrowed in confusion. Awale stepped forward, her eyes filled with determination. "We've watched our families crumble under the weight of your disagreements. Tonight, we take a stand. Your family, your businesses, and your children are suffering. We cannot let this continue." Amaka echoed her sentiments. "The time has come for a resolution. Either you settle your differences or face the consequences." Emeka and Chijioke, still puzzled by the turn of events, looked at their wives with a mixture of surprise and concern. The tension in the air was palpable as Amaka and Awele, with unwavering resolve, made a solemn vow. "We will drink this palm wine laced with a potent local poison," Awele declared, her eyes locking onto her husband's. "We are prepared to die if you do not reconcile. The choice is yours, but understand the gravity of what is at stake." The shock on Emeka and Chijioke's faces deepened as they comprehended the magnitude of their wives' actions. The symbolic palm wine, typically a source of camaraderie and celebration, now held a weighty ultimatum. The brothers, still bewildered, exchanged glances. The gravity of the situation sank in as they realized the depth of their wives' commitment. Amaka and Awele were willing to sacrifice their lives to force a resolution, to break through the stubborn pride that had driven the family apart. In that tense moment, the brothers faced a choice: let their differences tear the family apart completely, or take a step towards reconciliation. The thought of losing their wives, the pillars of their lives, was a stark reminder of the pain they had already inflicted on their family. As the weight of the decision settled on their shoulders, Emeka and Chijioke hesitated no longer. The brothers, bound by blood and shared history, reached a silent understanding. The poison-laced palm wine shimmered in the dim light, reflecting the crossroads at which the Azuka family stood. With a heavy sigh, Emeka and Chijioke stepped closer to each other, signaling a commitment to put aside their differences for the sake of their families. They embraced each other in a heartfelt embrace. "We have lost too much already," Chijioke whispered, his voice heavy with regret. Emeka nodded. "Let us honor our parents' memory and rebuild what we have lost." The brothers, with newfound determination, approached their wives, thanking them for the drastic yet effective intervention. The poison-laced palm wine, though a risky gamble, had succeeded in breaking the stubborn barriers that had kept the family divided. In the following weeks, the Azuka family worked tirelessly to heal the wounds of the past. Chijioke and Emeka collaborated to merge their differing visions, combining traditional values with modern strategies to breathe new life into the family's businesses. The once divided household began to thrive once again, and the legacy of Chief Azuka resurrected through the unity of his sons. The Azuka wives, recognizing the significance of their intervention, watched with pride as the family rekindled its strength. The poison-laced palm wine, a risky gamble that could have led to tragedy, instead became a turning point for the Azuka family. The bond between Chijioke and Emeka was not only restored but strengthened, and the lessons learned from the brink of tragedy resonated through the generations to come. In the heart of Enugu, the Azuka legacy, once threatened by discord, emerged as a testament to the resilience of family bonds and the transformative power of love and reconciliation. The palm wine spot, where the drastic intervention had taken place, became a symbol of healing, reminding the Azuka family that unity could emerge from the most unexpected sources. This story teaches the power of love, and reconciliation can overcome even the deepest divisions within a family. The drastic intervention by the wives serves as a reminder that sometimes extreme measures are needed to break through barriers and initiate positive change. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe as you will be helping my channel grow. Thank you.